All right. Mary Lou Longenbaugh says, Matthew 5:9, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Thank you, Mary Lou. DC, Vermin Supreme 2024, hashtag ponies or bust, hashtag vermin for all. Thank you, DC. And on that note, we're going to go to a quick ad. We'll be right back.
Everybody, guess what? January is here. Can you believe January's here?
I can't.
How you doing with your New Year's resolutions? Mine was pretty easy to focus. I didn't have a New Year's resolution. But I have been trying to get a good night's sleep because you know me, I quit smoking the weed and it's really interrupted my sleep. But you know what really does help get sleep? Magnesium. So this is really true. That's the number one mineral to help you get sleep. So I'm talking about, that's it, magnesium. Actually, I'm talking about Magnesium Breakthrough by Biooptimizers. So the 7 different forms of magnesium in this supplement are involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body. Pretty much every function in your body gets upgraded when you take magnesium. This is true. I know this is true. People have recommended me. My doctor has recommended me. My osteopath has recommended take magnesium. That Huberman guy recommends taking magnesium to help you sleep. Pretty much every function in your body gets upgraded when you take magnesium, from the quality of your sleep to your brain function, from metabolism to stress levels. That is correct. And let's face it, even if our 2024 resolution is not to focus on our health, how are you really going to be able to achieve all your goals without quality sleep and stress management support? Really? So do yourself a favor. This is the favor you got to do yourself. Make Magnesium Breakthrough part of your daily routine this year. I am. And so you can get the vitality you need to conquer your dreams. Go to buyoptimizers.com/Jimmy and enter the promo code Jimmy. Get 10% off. Go to buyoptimizers.com/Jimmy. Happy New Year.
Oh, it's back. Oh, okay.
All right. So I think everyone in this space, you have certain things that you really want to cover, certain things you get worked up about. Sometimes they're obvious, sometimes they're not. Ever since Boeing, and I'm not going to use this term lightly, murdered hundreds of people by putting planes in the air that they knew were dangerous, as I will discuss, I really wanted to get into this. I have a long-awaited video essay, people who should be in prison, and Dennis Muhlenberg, who was the CEO of Boeing at that time, is definitely somebody who should die in prison, in my humble opinion. So more problems with Boeing this week. So Boeing again under scrutiny after latest 737 MAX problem. A sudden hole appearing in the side of an Alaska Airlines plane mid-flight follows years of problems with the manufacturer's aircraft. So this is from the New York Times. And just a funny aside, I had the wisdom last night to start telling Jimmy my opinions of Boeing right before he got on a flight to go on vacation.
I was just thinking that. Didn't he just get on a plane? And I got to do a flight later this week.
So he's like, God damn it, is it a Boeing? And he looked it up. It was an Airbus. Thank God it was an Airbus. All right, so sorry about that, Jimmy. A harrowing flight over the weekend is again forcing Boeing to confront concerns over its planes, particularly the 737 MAX, already one of the most scrutinized jets in history. No one was seriously injured in the episode on an Alaska Airlines flight Friday night, in which a portion of a 737 MAX 9 fuselage blew out in midair, exposing passengers to howling wind. Wow, man. Can you imagine? Jesus. The plane landed safely, but the event on a flight from Portland, Oregon to Ontario, California has spooked travelers, oh, you think? And prompted immediate safety inspections on similar planes. Yeah, that'll spook you, all right. Okay, so this is what happened, folks. So you see the red square there? All right, so that is when there's no when there's not so much seating that you would have the seat at the emergency exit there. They put in a metal panel. Basically, they have a gap.
Okay.
And so the question is this whole part defective on every plane that it's installed on and prone to just blow out the side of the plane? mid-flight. So these have been grounded, causing, as you can imagine, a lot of chaos. Hundreds of flights have been canceled as a result. Quote, "The issue is what's going on at Boeing," said John Goglia, a longtime aviation safety consultant and a retired member of the National Transportation Safety Board, which investigates airplane crashes. Last month, the company urged airlines to inspect the more than 1,300 delivered MAX planes for a possible loose bolt in the rudder control system. Over the summer, Boeing said a key supplier had improperly drilled holes in a component that helps to maintain cabin pressure. Deliveries of another Boeing plane, the twin-aisle 787 Dreamliner, were virtually stalled for more than a year until the summer of 2022, while the aircraft maker worked with the FAA to address various quality concerns, including paper-thin gaps in the plane's body.
What is this, the Titanic submarine?
This is, what was the submarine company?
Oh, it's a Titan.
Ocean Gate
Titan,
or something?
Ocean Gate.
Ocean Gate,
right?
that's
yeah,
right.
There's like the Ocean Gate of plane manufacturers. Another flaw discovered last summer slowed deliveries of the plane again. And production of both the 737 and 787 has been slow to speed up amid those and other problems with quality and the supply chain. The MAX was grounded in early 2019 after 2 crashes killed a total of 346 people in Indonesia and Ethiopia. Over 20 months, Boeing worked with regulators around the world to fix problems with the plane's flight control software and other components. By the time passenger flights aboard the MAX resumed in late 2020, the crisis had cost the company about $20 billion. The 2 mid-size variants of the plane, the MAX 8 and MAX 9, have been flying since then. But the smallest, the MAX 7, and the largest, the MAX 10, have yet to be approved by regulators. Okay, so this is what makes this story bigger than Boeing. This story, if you want to talk about late-stage capitalism, if you want to talk about the dangers of having capital eat the institutions of the state, you can't find a better example than Boeing, because Boeing at one time was a company that really prioritized quality engineering and safety and was willing to throw whatever money they needed to throw into their designs to have the best plane, believing build it and they will come, right? Just build the best
My grandfather
plane out
did
there.
that. He was an engineer for Boeing.
He was an engineer for Boeing?
Yeah.
Wow. Back in those days, they had a very different business philosophy.
They used to make money, by the way.
They made
They
of
also
course,
all
it's
used
Boeing.
to make a profit.
It's Boeing.
Like
It's not like they didn't make money, but all of these companies in late stage capitalism, as they will, turn towards chasing the stock price, turn towards juicing the stock price. So what does that mean? Cutting corners, cutting back on quality, which when you're talking about fucking airplanes is very, very dangerous. You're not talking about cutting back on quality on a microwave.
Yeah,
you're
you
talking
don't
about,
see vaccines cutting back on quality just to get a
you
product
don't
out
say
there.
they're all safe and effective.
Yeah,
but,
why don't you follow their example?
but this, you cannot play with airplanes like this. So this is what happened. Airbus, their main competitor, a European company, they developed a bigger plane. So Boeing, to compete with them, had to develop a bigger plane. But if you do a complete plane redesign, the FAA is going to require you to retrain all the pilots, and that's very expensive.
Oh, man.
You got to ground these planes. It's thousands of hours of training. You have to resubmit the whole design for approval. So what they decided to do was make a plane that can't fly without computer assistance. What they did was, instead of to completely redesign the body of the plane they already had, they moved the engines so that they could get more space for passengers. This made the plane not quite airworthy. So they put in a software system that would adjust the nose of the plane if it felt the pitch starting to move. What they did not do was train the pilots on that system. They claimed that it was a minor thing. It didn't really matter. The first crew to crash, being a foreign crew, they blamed them in very racist ways for not being able to fly the plane. So here's what I say. Dennis Muhlenberg, who was the CEO at that time, belongs in prison. He is the mayor in Jaws. He knew that it was not safe to go in the water, and he sent people in there with the shark. He knew that these planes were not safe, sent them up in the air, and even after hundreds of people died the first time, kept these planes in the air until finally hundreds more died, and then the FAA grounded them.
2 foreign countries or 1 America. That's the rule for doing something after a crash.
Well, that's like Israelis with hostages, right?
Yeah.
So, Keaton, you have anything to add there?
Nope. Good. Put it in a pipe and smoke it.
That is my rant about Boeing. I hope that juiced everybody for my eventual video essay on this subject. All right. I guess we can go to Super Chats.
All right. P.W. Walker. Tonight's in-flight menu is your choice of chicken or fish. Also, we have the option of alfresco dining, Alaska Airlines. Thank you, P.W. Walker.
Yeah, alfresco.
This guy should come right for us.
He should. In the unlikely event that the wall peels off, please hold tightly onto the seat in front of you.
Would you like to sit next to the dicey panel for your flight?
Yeah.
F21, Nader has been complaining about Boeing Max for years. His niece died on one of those crashes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Pamela, Russ, I love your shirt. Where did you get it? I want one. Everybody's talking about your shirt, Russ.
You can find this shirt at one of the world's most evil companies, Amazon, pretty easily. There are, if you want to stay away from Amazon, though, there are independent companies that manufacture this design. So if you put in certain keywords,
Google it.
You will find companies that make this.
6 Gen, Rumble freezes every other minute and you can't even back it up after refresh. It's maddening. Maybe rethink the Rumble only content until after
Too late
they
now.
Unfuck their streaming.
Contract's
Just
been
saying,
signed. It's too late.
It is too late, 6 Gen, but we meet with them regularly. I will certainly share those concerns.
No backing out of it.
And that's absolutely right. Thank you, Kurt. And back to Russ.
Hey, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down there for more AM Joy and the rest of MSNBC. And click on any of the videos right here to watch the latest interviews and highlights. And you can get more videos from MSNBC for free every day with our newsletters. Just visit